Hello, hello Capricorn. Welcome to your 2018 overview reading, or mid-year overview reading. This is good for you if you're a Sun, Moon, or Rising Capricorn. And as we all know, the reason why I'm coming back and doing this mid-year is, one, we have eclipse season, and two, things change, you know? So we're just gonna come through and see if anything has shifted and just get a quick tune-up to see what else is going on for you this year and just kind of reset the energy and see what's going on for the rest of the year. So if there's something that you would like to come through in this reading, I'm going to invite you to set your intention with that. Just acknowledge anything that you want to show up. And starting with the oracle cards, we have... Oh, there we go. Sorry, I could not read that word for the life of me. Conclusions are lethal. Okay, with that, this is really speaking to the part of you that wants to dress rehearse tragedy, that wants to write the script ahead of time, that wants to move forward and just say, oh, this is how it is, this is how it's going to be, this is how it always was, and this is how it's going to continue in the future. Those are deadly because they will become self-fulfilling prophecies unless you're open to something being different. So carry this with you throughout the rest of the year. This is a practice to challenge yourself and remind yourself that things do change and that you don't have all the answers. Okay, the animal for you, golden egg. This one has to do with the heart. This is all about you focusing on how can you express what you want and what you need in a way that feels good to you. Because at the end of the day, what matters is that you are communicating things that are really in alignment. And if you never speak up about what you want or how you feel, then very little can shift from an energetic standpoint, and people are kind of left in the dark. So make sure that you are really speaking your truth and honoring who you are. And the word for you is astral vision. These cards have a little bit of trouble focusing, so I'm going to read them aloud. Use your higher sight, map out what's destined to be, breathe and take small steps. 3D takes time to manifest. That is one of the best pieces of insight when it comes to manifesting, is that you can map out the blueprint astrally, but it's still going to take time to manifest in real time, in earth time. So just know that it's a process, but that doesn't mean you should throw in the towel on manifesting or conclude, I guess it's just not happening for me. The central energy for you is the 10 of Pentacles. What is the type of foundation that you want to build? What do you want long term? Capricorns are already good at being business oriented, being focused. And, you know, you guys tend to be more ambitious in the way that you want to be productive and you want to get things done. So for you, this is a really appropriate card. It's just reflecting the idea that the next half of this year is going to be about you setting your intention on what you want to build. That is the most important thing to really focus on and set your intention around. Okay, and your community, family, and friends. We have the Magician. Who do you want to manifest? Is there somebody that, I tell you, manifesting people has come up, I think, for 2 or 3 other signs. So this is, you know, the Magician is about manifestation and making things happen. But what I'm gathering from this is that you might, if you're not interested in manifesting friends or connections, then this might be looking to your friend group or your family or whatever community you like, and pulling from that area to manifest more people that you feel really aligned with. This could also be if there's someone in particular that you need, it's a good time to ask for this person to show up. Okay, and in material resources, we have the World. This looks good. I'm going to clarify it just because the World is about cycles, but I'm seeing this as you being really grounded. I think you're getting what you need this year, or for the rest of the year, I should say. Strength. Yeah, you have plenty, plenty, plenty. Don't forget, you still, I mean, mindset can be an issue no matter how much money you have. It's like you could get millions and millions of dollars and still feel like, oh no, what if it all goes away? We are, you know, we still have primal parts of our brain that want to focus on lack so that we can stay safe and feel secure. But at a certain point, you know, you want to practice gratitude and remind your body that you do have enough, you do have plenty, you do have a whole bunch of great things to be grateful for, especially when it comes to tangible material things, as well as any other resource that you are interested in manifesting. These 3 cards are advice cards for you. So first, we have the 5 of Pentacles. Really pay attention to any pictures of codependency, needing validation from other people, or feeling like you can't have a good day unless somebody else has a good day, or like your partner has a good day. And then also, if you feel like you need to problem solve for other people, these are things that you're going to be exploring over this time period. So I would say just acknowledge it, even if you don't do anything about it. Just notice it. Ideally, you would like to notice the codependent behaviors if you do have any, and then just acknowledge them and, you know, not act on them. That's really the secret. You can acknowledge those parts of yourself, but it doesn't mean you have to act on them. So don't forget that you can do the same thing with codependency. All right, and then we have the 4 of Cups. Yeah, see, this is about boundaries. So codependency is a lack of boundaries. It's overstepping boundaries regularly, or allowing people to overstep your boundaries. So for you, saying a clear and firm no is your golden ticket. No is your best friend. If it's not, oh gosh, one of my friends told me, we were talking one time and we were talking about consent. And so one of the big things that came up is, if it's not a hell yes, then it's absolutely a no. And that's something that you want to carry with you. Like, is it a hell yes? If it's not, then it's okay to say no. So maybe there are things you want to think about, but remember, you're not a bad person for saying no. You're not a bad person for setting boundaries. And so people a lot of the time think that, you know, you'll get perceived as mean if you set boundaries, but it takes practice. All of this takes practice. So it's just about acknowledging and practicing. That's what's going to inspire growth. And, oh, I also want to say that with boundaries, you might want to start small. You might want to start with somebody that you, I hate to say it, that you really don't care about. It gets a little bit stickier when you're dealing with people that you're really close with if you have struggled with boundaries in the past. And thirdly, we have the Lovers. Who are the connections that really, really, really matter to you? I also want to say that relationships are going to be really important. I think that you're getting a lot of healing in relationships, so don't burn bridges right now. This is a time to practice. It's a time to practice conflict. It's a time to practice boundaries. And remember that boundaries are here to help you because they prevent resentment. They allow you to feel more empowered. They help other people know what your limits are. They can help other people, your friends, your family, navigate relationships or a relationship with you more easily. And so those connections are going to make such a big difference. Don't throw any of them away, especially prematurely. It's not a good time to do that. And the way that I have done this reading is I did split up the outcome cards. So this is kind of about what you'll get out of the rest of the year. This is if you're doing the work. So if you're pushing yourself, if you're challenging yourself, you're exercising boundaries and nourishing connections, this is what your outcome will be. And this card is if you do nothing, you make no changes, you do not make an effort, you just are in a Groundhog Day with your behavior. We have the Hierophant, so it's going to become more and more and more pressing for you to set boundaries. The Hierophant is the card of boundaries and structure and rules. And so if you're not already practicing this, then what that probably means, just from an energetic standpoint, is that you're going to get 5, 10 times more lessons that have to do with you setting boundaries than usual. So some of you are like, no, I'm too scared. I'm afraid of being, I'm afraid somebody is not going to like me, or I'm afraid they're going to be mad. A lot of people are afraid of people getting mad at them. So if you feel that resonates with you, then this means you will likely continue to have people violate your boundaries and cross the line with you until you put the kibosh on it. So it just looks like things become more pressing and more intense if you don't set boundaries. And if you are practicing, we have the Ace of Wands. So this is about you really feeling empowered and in control. Not over everything, but this is absolutely one of those times when you can kind of take a deep breath and feel like you know where things are at, everything's in its rightful place, and it doesn't become so exhausting. This is actually a card that has a lot of energy behind it. So this is kind of medicinal for you. It looks like you can actually cultivate more and manifest more because you feel like you have a strong grip on your life and the relationships that are within them, because you do have power over the quality of relationships that come into your life, and it's about what you say yes and no to. It's about what you allow. Okay, timeline. If you're new to my channel, I break up the timeline by first, second, third, and fourth quarter. So that is the end of the timeline up there in the top left. And I have split this up so that the cards with the birds on them, the white one, this is your circumstances, your situation, the environment, and the red cards is love life, whether you're coupled or not. Okay, so first quarter, this is the start of eclipse season. Four of Pentacles. It's okay to feel a little bit more reserved. I think that you might feel more tired than usual at the beginning of, like throughout eclipse season. It's probably really fatiguing for you. So just allow yourself to take breaks, allow yourself to rest, allow yourself to enjoy your own company, and just take time for yourself. Okay, this is, this is you intentionally being more reserved. Now, love life, we have the Four of Pentacles. Okay, so a double Four of Pentacles. Again, this is an extension just of the state that you're in because of the eclipse season. I don't think it has anything more to do with that. It just might be that maybe you don't want to share your feelings right now. Maybe it's that you don't want to be honest and let it all out, or maybe you feel really overwhelmed emotionally at this time. Whatever the case may be, it's entirely up to you what you want to do with this. There's there's no right or wrong answer. It just looks like you're going to be more conservative with your energy through mid-August. Second quarter, we have the Queen of Swords. You really feeling like you need your own independence. That's going to be important for you. A sense of autonomy, doing things on your own. Again, we have that the codependency work, the boundaries work. This is what the Queen of Swords brings up. And so for you, this is probably going to be situations where you feel you have the opportunity to set boundaries. And then in romance, we have the Sun, vitality, vibrance. This is either you feeling really good about being independent, or feeling really good about dating, or feeling really good about the partnership that you're in. I really think that, you know, this is about you allowing this to exist. If you are stuck in a pattern of self-sabotage and sabotaging relationships, then you probably won't experience this way. It's going to be painted in muddy colors. But just know that this can exist for you, whether you're single, whether you're in a partnership, or anything in between. So it's in part how you perceive it and what you're doing with what you currently have. And for some of you, that might be making a change. I want to be really clear. The Queen of Swords, considering this is about independence and boundaries, that may mean that you have to set boundaries within a relationship. Not comfortable, right? For if you're not used to that, then it's not going to be comfortable the first time. Third quarter, we have the Seven of Wands. I think that if you're you know, doing this, if you're exercising this, you can really overcome a lot by the third quarter. I think you're gonna learn a great deal about how you can rise above your challenges, rise above your circumstances, and really sit in a position that feels good to you. Let yourself sit with this because it's going to help you a lot. Okay? But again, it doesn't, you can stay stuck. You don't have to do this. And for your love life, we have Hierophant. Again, I cannot stress this enough. Boundaries, boundaries, boundaries. You have to set boundaries if you want healthy, sustainable relationships. That is the key to fulfillment and alignment in all your relationships, whether they be familial, whether they be romantic or platonic. That is what you want to do. So this might be you feeling a little bit more comfortable with setting boundaries, understanding the value in them. It might take a while to see the value because a lot of the time not setting boundaries has immediate payoff. The other person feels fine. And if you find yourself really wanting, or I guess feeling the need to people please, or just allowing yourself to do for someone else, it can just really make things more challenging and fatiguing, but it does have a certain level of psychological payoff. So no judgment there. I totally get it. It takes practice though. And fourth quarter, we have the Knight of Swords. Again, we go back to independence, more boundaries, more setting the tone of this is who I am, this is what I want, this is what I'm willing to tolerate. That is what the Knight of Swords is all about, similar to the Queen of Swords. And in relationship, Nine of Swords, fear picture. Okay, so with the fear aspect of this card, I don't think that it's a permanent state. It might just be that you feel, what is that? Oh, you know what it can be? It's probably going to be one of two things. Fear of being trapped, Okay, so if you're working on all this independence, it might be, I'm afraid that I'm locked in. I'm afraid that I'm losing my independence. I'm afraid. Otherwise, this is going to be a fear of like not getting what you want, never being satisfied. It's a lot of limiting beliefs that are coming through in this card. Okay? So, as usual, we have the 3-card pick. You're welcome to choose any card that you'd like, as many or as few. Okay. So, card number 1, we have the 3 of Cups. Spend lots of time with friends. I don't know what this is or what this will lead to. I am getting a strong hit that it's not about just having fun. It's not about having some frivolous time. There's like a pot of gold at the end of this rainbow. That's essentially what's coming through here, because if you spend time with friends, it's going to lead you to something bigger, something you've been wanting. So this is coming up as a potent, you need to hang out with your friends. You need to hang out with your friends. You need to make friends. You need to do all of this because there's a lot of great stuff that's coming through with this card, or with that energy. Card number 2, we have the King of Wands. Allow yourself to feel into the energy that you have and the, this looks like productivity. I think you're going to be on one for the next 6 months. This card is saying strike while the iron is hot. If you feel called or inspired to do something, then you want to take action as soon as possible. Okay, and card number 3, we have the Empress. Look at the pictures of divine femininity in your life. Who has been a model for healthy femininity? Who has been a model of unhealthy femininity? This is about exploring all those different pictures and really identifying what feels right and true for you. This is also about receiving good things, allowing things into your life that feel really resonant with you. The more you can enjoy this and the more you can feel into this, the easier you are going to, the easier you're going to manifest with this energy in particular. Okay, so that is all for the reading. Don't forget, if you want a 6-month check-in, if you want to get your cards read, you're welcome to check out all the links in the description box. Those will take you to my website, onyxhealing.com, and it will put, I have all the links to all the different services and stuff. So there's that, and don't forget to check out my new YouTube channel, which I will post in the YouTube boxes here. And until next time, happy eclipse season if you're watching this in July, and have a wonderful rest of the year, Capricorn. I'll talk to you later. Bye.